Welcome back. It's Luna. Thank you for coming again today. I'm really happy. I'll do my best to deliver a heartwarming and relaxing moment, so please enjoy your time. Day 123 Family Bonds. A happy everyday life. The Sato family was an ordinary family living in the city center. The father, Kenichi, was a salaryman at a mid-sized company. The mother, Yuko, was a housewife, and they had two children, their eldest son, Daiki, and their younger daughter, Misaki. Despite their busy days, they built a home full of smiles and love. On weekends, they would go to the park as a family or watch movies at home, finding happiness in the small moments of their daily lives. Kenichi and Yuko fully supported their children's growth. Daiki enjoyed his time with friends at school, and Misaki spent her days smiling at kindergarten. One evening, the Sato family was gathered in the living room for dinner. Kenichi shared stories about work, Yuko talked about her day, and the children enthusiastically shared their own stories. Their warm and laughter-filled home was the Sato family's daily life. 2. Rising action. A sudden accident. However, this peaceful daily life was abruptly changed by a sudden tragedy. One day, Kenichi was involved in a traffic accident on his way to work. He was rushed to the emergency hospital. Though his life was not in danger, he was seriously injured and needed a long period of hospitalization and rehabilitation. Yuko, receiving the news, rushed to the hospital with the children. Seeing Kenichi lying in the hospital bed, she held back her tears and renewed her determination to support the family. Daiki and Misaki, shocked by their father's condition, prayed for Kenichi's recovery. With Kenichi's hospitalization, Yuko had to support the family on her own. She was busy with daily chores and taking care of the children while also visiting the hospital to nurse Kenichi. Despite feeling overwhelmed with anxiety and fatigue, she never showed weakness in front of the children. Meanwhile, Kenichi gradually regained his strength through rehabilitation, though the process was far from easy. He worked hard with the goal of recovering as soon as possible for his family. The rehabilitation in the hospital was tough, but Kenichi persevered through the pain. Yuko and the children also did their best to support Kenichi's recovery. They visited the hospital daily, offering words of encouragement. The family bond grew stronger, becoming the strength to overcome difficulties. Fighting in the hospital. Months passed since Kenichi was hospitalized. Although rehabilitation was harsh and he continued to feel pain, the support of his family made him stronger. Yuko visited the hospital every day, watching over Kenichi's recovery while never neglecting the housework and caring for the children. Daiki and Misaki searched for ways to help their father and worked hard to support him. Daiki studied diligently at school and helped with household chores at home, supporting Yuko. Misaki, after returning from kindergarten, helped with chores and wrote letters to Kenichi, which she delivered during hospital visits. Supported by his family's efforts and love, Kenichi began to show signs of recovery. The results of rehabilitation began to show, and his physical movements improved. However, anxiety and fear lingered in his mind, worried about whether he would be able to spend time with his family again and return to work. One day, during rehabilitation, Kenichi nearly lost his motivation. Overwhelmed by pain and fatigue, he began to question the point of continuing rehabilitation. But when Yuko and the children came to visit with smiles, he was able to stand up again. He realized and knew that his family's presence was his emotional support. Family crisis. While the family was doing their best to support Kenichi's recovery, another difficulty struck. Yuko suddenly fell ill, making it difficult for her to balance nursing Kenichi and managing the household. Her illness was due to overwork, and the doctor instructed her to rest. With Yuko's illness, family life became even more challenging. Daiki helped with household chores while attending school, and Misaki also began to help with chores, but they were still young and couldn't handle everything. Yuko felt guilty for being a burden on the family and blamed herself in her heart. Meanwhile, Kenichi sensed the family crisis and felt strongly that he needed to recover quickly. He took rehabilitation even more seriously, overcoming the pain and working hard to regain his strength. For the sake of his family and Yuko, he never gave up. During this time, neighbors and friends reached out to support the Sato family. They took turns helping with household chores and looking after the children in place of Yuko. The Sato family was grateful for the warm support of the community, which allowed them to maintain their daily lives. With the support of his family and the community, Kenichi continued his rehabilitation and gradually regained his strength. Yuko also slowly recovered with the help of those around her, regaining the ability to support her family again. The entire family united, working hard to overcome their difficulties. This completes the climax of family bonds. Next, I will proceed to the falling action and resolution. Shall we continue? The joy of reunion. Kenichi's rehabilitation progressed, and finally, the day of his discharge was approaching. The entire family eagerly awaited that day, looking forward to spending time together again. Yuko also recovered and was regaining her daily routine. Daiki and Misaki were busy preparing for their father's homecoming. On the day of discharge, the whole family gathered at the hospital to welcome Kenichi. He was moved to tears by the warm welcome from his family as he returned home after a long time. He expressed his gratitude, saying that he was able to persevere because of their support. The family gathered around the dining table, enjoying a long-awaited family meal. Kenichi rejoiced in being able to spend time with his family again and looked forward to their future together. Yuko also felt relieved and happy that the family was whole again. Overcoming adversity, even after Kenichi's discharge, complete recovery took time. He continued rehabilitation at home, gradually regaining his strength. The family continued to cooperate, supporting Kenichi's recovery. Daiki balanced school and helping at home, and Misaki also helped with chores, fulfilling their roles as family members. Yuko supported Kenichi's rehabilitation while managing household chores and caring for the children. The entire family worked together, striving to overcome their difficulties. Kenichi focused all his energy on his recovery, never skipping daily rehabilitation and working hard to regain his strength and function. Every time he made progress, the family shared their joy and praised Kenichi's efforts. At the same time, Kenichi prepared to return to work, staying in contact with his workplace and planning his return. His colleagues eagerly awaited his return and offered warm support. Finally, the day of Kenichi's return to work arrived. The entire family celebrated and saw him off. Kenichi was delighted to be able to work again and vowed to do his best for his family. His return was welcomed at work, and with the support of his colleagues, Kenichi resumed his duties. With Kenichi's return, the Sato family regained a stable daily life. Their bond grew even stronger as they overcame difficulties together. They vowed to continue supporting each other and moving forward towards the future. The strength of bonds. After Kenichi's return to work, the Sato family regained a stable daily life. They deepened their bonds more than ever, supporting each other along the way. Kenichi dedicated himself to his work, working hard for his family. Yuko also continued to manage household chores and care for the children, striving to ensure the health and happiness of the family. Daiki and Misaki enjoyed their school lives while fulfilling their roles at home. They realized the importance of family by witnessing their father's recovery. Having overcome past difficulties together, their bond grew even stronger. One day, Kenichi gathered the whole family to express his gratitude. He emphasized that he was able to recover thanks to their support and thanked Yuko and the children. The family was moved and accepted his words with tears. The Sato family continued to support each other and live positively. They were confident that they could face any difficulty together. Their family bond was the source of their strength, and it was the driving force that carried them into the future. A new future. The Sato family overcame past difficulties and began walking towards a new future. Kenichi established his position at work and passionately engaged in his job. His efforts were recognized, and he became a trusted presence among his colleagues and superiors. Yuko actively participated in household and community activities, playing an important role in the local community. Her warm kindness and efforts brought joy and reassurance to her family and those around her. She took care of her own health while wishing for the happiness of the entire family. Daiki and Misaki enjoyed their school lives, each finding goals for the future. Daiki worked hard at his studies and began thinking seriously about his future career. Misaki cherished her friendships at school and grew by pursuing her interests. As the family walked towards a new future, they found small happiness in their daily lives and maintained a sense of gratitude. The Sato family bond became increasingly strong, and they were confident that they could overcome any difficulty together. One day, during a family picnic, Kenichi spoke to his family. "Let's continue to do our best together." Yuko and the children responded with smiles, filled with hope for the future. Their hearts were firmly rooted in love and bonds. Thus, the Sato family began walking strongly towards a new future. Their family bond was their greatest strength, and it was the driving force that supported their hope for the future. The Sato family's story reaches a conclusion here, but their bond will continue forever. Thank you for spending time with Luna until the end today. I'm very happy. If you enjoyed this heartwarming reading, please subscribe to the channel and give it a high rating. I will have a new reading prepared for tomorrow, so please come again. Have a good night, and see you tomorrow.